Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Fitness Show brought to you by UFC Gym of Santa Clarita. And I want to welcome everyone to the show today. And it's my first opportunity to say Happy New Year. And I am so looking forward to a new year this year. 2016 seemed to be kind of a rough year for everyone. So, you know, when you start a new year, it's so great to be able to know that you're at a new beginning. And whenever you're at a new beginning, you have the ability to decide how that new beginning is going to go. And I always tell people, focus on what you want. Don't stay focused on the things that you don't want in your life. So stay focused on the good things. What do you want? How do you want this year to look? And anytime there's a new beginning, we have that moment to stop and think about it. And I know there's a lot of fitness challenges going on, and we're going to talk about that in a second. And it's so funny. I've had several people say to me, I want to go on a fitness challenge, but I want it to start the day after the Super Bowl. And that's a biggie. That's such a biggie. And it's true. I think that the day after Super Bowl, which is always a Monday, should be a national holiday. Sure. Because everybody is partying and everybody's having a great time, and it's such a great American day that I think it should be. I think we should all call the new president and say we want Monday after Super Bowl. That should be a national holiday, and we should be able to completely celebrate our country, our great sport of football, which is an American sport. So that's just like kind of my thing that I want to say. And if you are waiting to start your challenge after Super Bowl, that's great. But if you're wanting to get a head start on it, now you can get a head start on a challenge and start it, and then take Sunday as your cheat day, just saying, and then get back on track on Monday. At least up until that point, you're on a great track. And so on that one day, if you want to go crazy, my younger son, it's his birthday, New Year's Eve, and we always celebrated it with his friends on Super Bowl Sunday. And I always shopped at Trader Joe's and Sprouts with him growing up. And he said, Mom, this year, can I just have a Super Bowl party and real food? Well, he meant real food, going to like Ralph's or one of the markets and getting all the crap, M&Ms and chips. And so I said, sure, it's your birthday, go ahead, let's do this. Well, I just got done that week putting 3 or 4 of the people that I was training on very healthy nutrition habits. And here I am, I see one of them, of course, at the market, and there's my cart filled with crap. And she's looking at my cart like, really? Like, what a hypocrite. And I kind of just stopped and thought, no, wait, my son, he's having his birthday party. It's not me. So, it's just, the Super Bowl tends to be a day where we all just go nuts. And I always say, just be careful. Eat healthy before you get there. Don't show up at a Super Bowl party without food, because you're going to show up with an empty stomach. There's going to be alcohol involved that never leads to anything good. So make sure you get yourself at least a healthy meal before you get there. And we are on Facebook Live. Hey, I hope people are watching us. I didn't know that. And that's the camera right there.
There you go.
Yeah, never met a camera I didn't love. I'm kidding, by the way, but when I say that, usually I shy away from them. But anyway, so, hey, there's Alex. There we go. Everyone walking by. What I'm trying to say is, when you go to Super Bowl, eat healthy before you get there, have a great time, and then the next day get back on track. Or if the next day is that day you're going to start whatever challenge you're doing, be able to start that challenge that day. Don't make another excuse for yourself, right? So I want to introduce, I have Dermont Washington here with me today.
What's up, everybody? How you doing?
Welcome to the show. Now, you didn't know you're going to be on Facebook Live. All this stuff is going to happen, but he's still dressed up for the show. I love that.
Just in case.
Yes.
Always got to dress up.
You're raised right. Well, I want to just say, I want you to, first of all, tell everyone a little bit about yourself. Now, Dermont is one of the coaches. We call him Coach Monty at UFC Gym of Santa Clarita. So go ahead.
All right, so a little bit about myself. I'm a mixed martial artist, personal trainer, coach, best friend. I'm a musician. I actually have a show coming up tonight at the Beer Academy in Canyon Country, so I'll see you there. And when I say coach, me and Ellen, we're both personal trainers, but I feel like it's really a lifestyle. It's really about, you come into the gym, you do your work at the gym, but then you go home, you got to eat properly, like you were just saying.
Mm-hmm.
We got Super Bowl coming up, but you got to eat properly. You got to take care of your body. One thing about nutrition that I want to mention that I was told was that when you eat, it's fuel for your body. And the one thing that I think the human race has kind of forgotten is that it's fuel.
Yes.
They're worried about taste. And they're worried about taste so bad to where it gets to the fact, like, I'm going to admit it. I have a confession. I had a burger with the glazed donut burger. And then I ate it, and a couple hours later, I felt like crap. And I was thinking, what type of fuel did I put in my body? Like, what did that do? That was absolutely nothing, So you have to realize, when you eat stuff, of course, we all want to enjoy our food, but we could enjoy it and have it healthy at the same time.
We could be yummy and healthy at the same time. Now, I do want to say something to add on to that. That I don't know if people understand this, but big, gigantic, companies that you see in the middle of the grocery store that kind of package food, do you know they have scientists on staff that create tastes and smells to get you addicted to their bad food?
Oh, yeah.
They actually put addictive smells and tastes in their food, things that our bodies will be addicted to. They have scientists on board that are paid yearly salaries, and that is their only job. So if you think about how badly we're getting tricked when it's packaged food that isn't healthy for us, there you go, right there. What does that tell you?
And the thing is, I feel like a lot of people, I understand that everybody's busy. I'm busy. Ellen's busy. You're busy. But if all you got to do is take the time out, on a Sunday, whenever you're free, and just cook, meal prep. When you do that, for me, it's fun for me. I'll turn on some music, turn on some jazz, whatever have you. Even I'll turn on a podcast, and then and I'll just cook. And then by the end of it, maybe I'll have the game on or something. By the end of it, I have my food for the week. And I'm not. Don't get me wrong, I'm not perfect. I'll have snacks, in and out every now and then.
Yes.
But I have my meals. I have my breakfast, lunch, and dinner are already set, So I feel like that has helped me a lot, really a lot.
Yeah, and I'm not a food prep person, so, and I wish I was. And I've been in fitness for a long time, and you would think I would be. I'm not. And that's why I have a food nutrition company that I use, because it's very convenient for me, and I do like the shakes, and they're whole food shakes, and I love that. So it works for me, and that's it. You're talking. We have two different fitness professionals here, and we do two different things, and neither one of us are wrong.
Exactly.
Because what we're doing works for us, and that's the most important thing to find out with your nutrition and your exercise. What works for you?
Exactly.
Don't feel bad if you can't do what the person down the street does, because the person down the street doesn't live your life, you don't live their life. You find what works for you. It's your fitness journey.
Exactly.
So that's a really important part to remember, because I see more people than I want to see beating themselves up. I had somebody doing that actually in my studio, my private studio, the other day, and she walked in beating herself up. And what'd she do? Walked right over to my scale before I could stop her, got on the scale. Of course it was up. She's been kind of blowing it lately. So what?
New Year's.
Yeah, and then now her workout is just like, we're going on at this pace of her carrying this burden. And I finally had to stop the whole workout and say, you need to give that up right now.
Exactly.
Get that off of you. If you've had a bad day or you've had a bad meal, you just get back on track again. It's no big deal. It really isn't.
And it comes to the point, like I said, I had a cheeseburger with the bun was a glazed donut. And that was probably the worst thing. That was this year. That was 2017. But you know what? I got back on track. I got back on track the next week, Monday. I said, I did that. That's in the past. I wiped my hands on that, and then back on the road.
And no guilt. No
guilt. I'm feeling good.
Because you know what guilt does? It throws you into this cycle where you're beating yourself up. When you're beating yourself up, you're giving yourself negative talk.
Exactly.
There's 4 components to have a healthy body. The very first one is sleep. Because if you're not getting proper sleep, you can't be healthy, right? And you can't make good decisions.
Exactly.
And so that's number one. And you feed yourself really fast-acting carbs that aren't good for your body when you're tired as well. And your workouts are just not you just can't perform. So sleep is number one. Then is nutrition, because if we're not feeding our bodies properly, nothing can benefit. Number 3 is exercise. Exercise is something that we all need to be doing. It has to be part of our everyday life. Number 4 is hydration. If we're not hydrated, then that does a lot, a lot for our bodies. And then I'm going to add a 5th one this year. It was 4 last year. I'm adding 5 this year. Self-talk. How do you talk to yourself? Do you tell yourself, I'll never lose weight? I had a client, this is an example. I had a client, she would walk in the door every week and say, I know I'm never going to lose weight. I know I didn't lose weight. And you know what? She wasn't. And I finally sat her down one day and I said, okay, look at me, right in the face. Look at me here. From now on, you are not allowed to tell yourself that. You are to every time you go to say that, you're going to switch it and only say out loud. If you think it one thing, it's okay, but I want you to change it out loud and say, I know I'm going to lose weight this week. I know I'm going to lose weight this week. I want that to be the only thing you say out loud. And do you know, she showed up the next week and she lost weight.
I believe it.
So yeah, what we tell ourselves is what we manifest. So self-talk is my fifth one.
You really do. You create your own world. I have a couple fighters. I train some fighters. I fight myself. I haven't fought since August. But when I fought, every day it's hard. It's something to go through. You think, in 5 weeks, 4 weeks, 3 weeks, I gotta fight this guy. And I was thinking, can I do it? Like, can I win? Like, my friends, my family's gonna be there. Like, can I win? Can I win? And then it got to the point where I was like, well, I'm going to win. Like, I know I'm going to win because deep down in my heart, I'm going to win. I know I'm coming to the gym. I'm training every day. I'm doing my bag work. I'm doing my cardio class with Ellen. I'm doing everything I have to do. And it doesn't matter what this guy's doing. This guy could be training with Mike Tyson. But I know deep down in my heart that I'm going to win. And then what do you think happened? I won the fight, because everything that you want, you could achieve. And
That's right.
I believe that for a long time.
Exactly. See, because you told yourself. You didn't believe there wasn't even an alternative, that you weren't going to win.
Exactly.
If you walk in there with that attitude, I compete in pageantry. And, it's funny. You always have that, I always call it the 48-hour self-doubt. Like 48 hours before, you're feeling so good. You go, I got this. I'm doing all the right stuff. And then 48 hours before, you're like, wait a minute, did I do enough?
Exactly.
All of a sudden you go through this thing, but then that it's just, I named it the 48 doubt, because I know that that's what's going to happen. And then the next day you wake up and you go, of course I got this. And I got to say I won, which was awesome.
Of course.
And then the second one, it was a national, and it was way over my head in every way and all. And I was first runner-up, which actually was a big win. So that was actually a win-win for me. I was hoping for top 10 because I was with women from all over the country that had walking coaches and talking coaches and dress coaches, and I had a makeup artist. There you go. That's what I walked in with.
And that's what it comes to. Like how we just started. She said it started with her client wanting to lose weight. And then I brought it to my fight, and she brought it to her parents. With anything, no matter if it's today, I say, today, I'm gonna run 8 miles instead of 7 miles. And you believe that you're gonna run 8, and you just gotta keep on climbing that ladder, keep on climbing the mountain until we reach the top.
So self-talk, very important. And so anyway, so now, Coach, tell me what classes you coach at the gym, or you have to tell me. I already know, but I want you to tell them.
Yeah, so at the UFC gym Santa Clarita, I teach kickboxing. I teach DUT, which is daily ultimate training, which is like a circuit. We do kettlebells, we do battle ropes, we do medicine balls, we do a lot of stuff. I want to get you guys moving. I want to get you guys strong. Not only strong, I want to get you fast. I want to get you flexible. I want to get you the best version of you that you could be. Because when people go to the gym, like I just said, I said strong first. The first thing I said was strong. When people go to the gym, they think, I want to be strong. I want to be big. But in my field, of martial arts, kickboxing, MMA, I'm sure you guys are familiar with the UFC, Ronda Rousey, all that stuff, Conor McGregor. Yeah. But in that field, you don't want to be the big and the strongest. You want to be quick. You want to be flexible. You want to be fast. You want to be the best human possible. So in the DU2 class, that's what we try to do. And another one I do is the kickboxing skills class. Kickboxing skills, I kind of break down the kickboxing. We work more defense, blocking, checking the kicks, coming back. And then the last class I do is Matrix. I only do Matrix once a week. But it's similar to the DUT class, but we use the TRX cables. So that class is very good as well.
Yeah, I know I had to run a couple of DUT classes because we fill in every now and then. And the first one I actually had the TRX as part of it too. I just pulled everything out. I went into our DUT room and I just pulled everything, the turf room. And I had the sled, I had the box jump.
It's like a playground. It's literally a playground. It's like a playground for adults. I walk into the gym, and then I just rub my hands. I say, good, like what's on the menu for today, And I tell the people, it's a hard workout. It's gonna be hard, It's the same thing I do if I'm getting ready for a fight. If I'm getting Ellen ready for a fight. if anybody's getting ready just for battle, you got to be ready, And it's not a typical gym, It's not 24 hours. It's not LA Fitness, and I'm not putting those places down by all means. But I'm saying if you want, if you want to be the best version that you could be, I recommend you go to our gym.
Well, why we're different. It's first of all, it's trained different
Of course.
at UFC, and that's what it says on our walls. But why it is different is because each and every one of us that works at that gym, we are an expert in our lane line.
Exactly.
And we did not go to a weekend certification and now we're doing this. We have lived this. This has been our life. You know, I've been doing resistance training and teaching and coaching resistance training for over 30 years.
Wow.
This isn't something I just got in a weekend seminar.
Exactly.
So what you're getting is experience. No matter how old or how many years old our coaches are, you're getting years and years of experience, understanding. Most of the staff that we have at UFC could be writing their own certifications.
Definitely.
You know, they have the experience to do that. And they're actually out there doing it. They're doing a kickboxing. They're not just teaching it. They're actually and they're fighting.
Like I said, it really is a lifestyle, and it's different if different walks. Like to get into MMA even more, it's different. It's boxing, it's kickboxing, it's jiu-jitsu, wrestling, it's fitness. It's all that mixed together. And the good thing about my gym, I mentioned earlier about kickboxing, we have an excellent boxing coach. We have excellent conditioning coaches. We have excellent jiu-jitsu coaches. And if MMA is your goal, or even if it's not your goal, even if you just want to get in shape, if you just want to feel better, if you want to be a better version of yourself, you know, you have the options, you know. It's not like you have to come in, I have to do boxing, kickboxing, fitness. No, you choose your own destiny, and you do what you want to do.
Yeah, I even have a couple of guys that are competing that are starting to come to my class, because my class on the Balacor is balance, stabilization, core, proprioception, which is extremely important for a fighter. So you're working all those things, and you're working resistance as well.
You're talking about Hugo Salazar and Terry Reeves.
Yeah.
Sorry if I butchered you guys' names. They're competing soon, and they've been getting it ready.
Yeah,
which is great, and which I like to see, because I see them taking my kickboxing class, and I know they're training hard, but then I see them in your class, and then I see them in that class, and that's great, because like I said, it's a gym with different worlds, if you will, and we just combine them all together,
And that's what's nice. It's not a bunch of us all teaching the same theory, the same thing. We all have different theories that we bring. But then what that gives you is it gives you different experiences that we can share with you as well. Like I'm going to have my experiences that I share. Jamont has his experiences to share. And then you as the member, you win, because there's going to be there's going to be one of us, or maybe a certain parts of all of us that is going to fit your experience and what you need and what you want.
Exactly.
That you're going to identify with. So it's such a win-win, and I love that I would never want to be, and even though what I do, I stick to my lane line of what I do. I do resistance training, I do Balacor. This is what I do. This is what I've always done. Before I had Balacor, it was the same type of theory that I've always done. It's a mind on muscle theory.
Exactly.
That's how I train. And I am a form fanatic. I go crazy about my form. And actually, a few of the coaches have come up to me and said, we always know people that have been training with you because they get in our class and their form's like perfect.
Like a statue.
Yeah, because I am so careful about that. But with that said, what I do is what I do, but I love what everyone else is doing, because what Dermont's doing, that is his lane line. He stays right there in that lane line as well. So you are getting experience, which is so important. I would never want to work in a gym where we all did the same thing. And we were all taught exactly the same theory, and everyone has to do it this way. Because what that does is it really limits our creativity. And kudos to our owners and the people that manage us, that allowing us to be our best selves and do what we do.
Exactly.
And not have to live under this umbrella that they create for us. Because what that does is allows us to walk in and all be freestyle trainers. Freestyle trainers are going to be able to do their very best all the time.
We get to be ourselves, really.
Yeah.
We get to be ourselves, and it's not like, Demont, you have to do this, that. Ellen, you have to do this and that. We really do it ourselves, and our members, they take this, take that, and then,
They win. They all win. And they're happy, and their bodies are changing.
I see it.
Oh my gosh, I love it. I celebrate every time someone's body changes. I had two people, down 3 pant sizes. And then I had a girl that was over there, and she was down 2 dress sizes. So we celebrated them last night.
That's the most rewarding part about the job, is probably, you work, it's hard, you're sweating, you're sore. But when you see the results, that's the most rewarding part of the job.
That's why we do it, right?
Like, that's why we do it.
That's what makes us happy. We're going to take a break right here. We're going to be right back. You are listening to The Fitness Show, brought to you by UFC Gym of Santa Clarita. And you're